Welcome to my channel.
The 2025 Land Rover Range Rover Electric represents a bold and arguably inevitable extension of the Range Rover ethos into full electrification, blending the brand's century-spanning vocabulary of luxury, composure, and off-road capability with the ultra-quiet, instant torque delivery that electric propulsion brings. This review covers the car end-to-end, from packaging and architecture to trim levels, charging and thermal systems, driving character, interior appointments, safety, ownership considerations, and how it stacks up against rivals. From the outside, the electric Range Rover is immediately recognizable as a Range Rover. The upright stance, long wheelbase, and taut shoulder lines communicate presence. But beneath that familiar skin, Land Rover has rethought the fundamental architecture, using an electric modular architecture that allows a flat battery pack beneath the floor and enables higher voltage electrical architecture in certain configurations for much faster charging, changes that improve packaging and lower the center of gravity while preserving the brand's hallmark third row and cargo flexibility where offered. The EMA routes also give engineers the opportunity to tailor thermal management and electrical distribution specifically for EV use, rather than adapting a combustion architecture. The body is subtly more aerodynamic than before, with careful attention to sealing, underfloor covers, and active aero where it helps efficiency. Yet the car still reads as a Range Rover rather than a radical new design. The signal here is evolutionary. Familiar luxury cues married to EV-specific detailing. Powertrain offerings span from dual-motor all-wheel drive setups that prioritize smooth, instant response and composure to higher output variants tuned by the SV/SVO teams for more aggressive acceleration. The electric motors delivers strong mid-range torque that makes urban driving effortless and highway merging effortless, while the low center of gravity improves cornering behavior compared with taller petrol Range Rovers, though the EV's extra mass is still noticeable in extremely quick direction changes. Battery sizing for flagship variants is large enough to support meaningful range and charging performance. Land Rover's engineering approach focuses not only on battery capacity, but on thermal control and pack architecture so that owners get consistent performance in varied climates. Reports and engineering summaries indicate flagship battery packs in the large capacity category suitable for luxury SUVs, and the vehicle's electrical system is built to support fast DC replenishment where public infrastructure allows it. Charging capability is a practical mix. Support for high-powered DC fast charging via an 800-volt capable architecture in some configurations means top-ups to pragmatic levels are quick on compatible chargers, while Level 2 AC charging at home remains straightforward with recommended installation options. Land Rover's ownership documentation and dealer support emphasize home wallbox installation, public charging mapping within the infotainment route planner, and practical tips to preserve battery life and maximize usable range. On the subject of range, Land Rover balances electric-only touring capability with realistic expectations for a large, heavy luxury SUV. In plug-in hybrid form, the model offers a useful electric-only driving radius in daily commuting scenarios, while the full electrified architecture prioritizes usable real-world range and thermal consistency so drivers experience predictable, repeatable distances rather than headline figures that vanish in cold weather or with heavy loads. Inside, the Range Rover Electric is unapologetically Range Rover in materiality and layout. Opulent leathers, open-pore veneers, aluminum accents, and a calm horizontal dashboard create a serene space, accentuated by the near silence of an electric powertrain. Sound deadening, multi-layer glazing, and tailored acoustic foams make the cabin feel like a quiet salon, which in turn lets options such as Meridian multi-channel audio and rear seat entertainment feel more immersive. The seating is generous. Long wheelbase or extended wheelbase configurations prioritize rear legroom and recline functions, and high-spec editions add massaging seats, ventilated cushions, and multiple-zone climate control. The flat floor and battery packaging permit lower luggage floors and easier loading for bulky items, while interior storage is extensive in the rear passenger area and center console. Tech is modern and fast. The latest PV Pro and equivalent regional software runs on upgraded hardware with over-the-air updates, integrated navigation that plans charging stops and allows energy-aware route planning, and improved voice assistance tuned to natural speech. The driver display is configurable, and the central screen hosts vehicle and off-road information, including terrain response modes, 360-degree surround cameras with off-road view options, and trailer assist interfaces for towing. On the luxury and customization front, Range Rover's personalization program is exhaustive. Paint, wheels, interior trim, bespoke SV options, and coach-built style commissions, so buyers can create cabin layouts or performance packages that skew toward ultimate comfort or higher performance dynamics. Driving dynamics are a study in compromise resolved well. Adaptive air suspension, active anti-roll systems, and carefully tuned damping provide the slow, floating ride Range Rover buyers expect, while the heavy battery mass is used to stabilize the car, yielding a composed, planted feel at speed and a confidence-inspiring platform on rough surfaces. Off-road, the electric Range Rover keeps core capabilities: weighting, hill descent control, low-speed crawl, supported by torque vectoring and sophisticated traction control strategies that work with instant electric torque for precise grip. Practicality is preserved in many ways, but rethought in others. Because the battery pack is under the floor, the rear cargo area remains usable, but the design decisions led to the front luggage area common on many EVs being omitted in the final production thinking. Land Rover's design rationale emphasized rear cargo and passenger priorities and concluded a frunk would deliver limited real-world benefit in this package. Towing remains possible across many trims, with rated figures competitive for the segment and trailer stability and cooling systems engineered to cope with sustained loads, though towing with heavy loads will of course reduce electric range markedly. Safety and driver assistance are thoroughly modern. A wide array of active systems, including adaptive cruise with hands-on assist modes, lane centering, automatic emergency braking with pedestrian and cyclist detection, and surround view camera technology and night vision options. They're complemented by structural safety engineered around the battery pack to maintain crash integrity and preserve occupant protection in both city and high-speed impacts. Thermal management is a standout engineering focus. A multi-zone liquid cooling loop and HVAC system equipped with a heat pump reduce cabin heating energy draw and preserve range in cold climates, while active battery conditioning strategies prepare the pack for fast charging or performance use, addressing reliability lessons learned from earlier electric models across the industry. Ownership considerations are consistent with other flagship Range Rovers. Expect high levels of standard equipment on upper trims, available extended warranties specifically covering the battery and electric driveline, dealer programs to help with home charger installation, and premium service plans that cover software updates and periodic high-voltage system checks. Pricing is in line with Range Rover positioning. Base and mid-spec models occupy the luxury price band, with fully equipped and SV-tuned versions reaching significantly higher levels once options are included, and buyers should plan for insurance and servicing costs that reflect bespoke materials and the complexity of the high-voltage system. From an environmental standpoint, Land Rover has introduced more sustainable materials in selected trims and is working on supplier-level carbon reductions and battery recycling strategies. But as with all large luxury electrified vehicles, the initial embodied carbon in manufacture is substantial, and buyers should consider total life cycle impacts when weighing environmental benefits. The driving character is notably refined. City commuting is effortless thanks to regenerative braking and quiet operation, while highway cruising feels more relaxed and linear than gasoline equivalents. And performance-tuned variants deliver brisk acceleration when requested without compromising the float and cruise personality that defines the Range Rover experience. Comparatively, rivals such as the Mercedes EQS SUV, BMW iX, and newer entrants like Rivian's R1S address various pieces of the luxury EV equation: range, tech, or on-road dynamics. But the Range Rover Electric remains distinct in its synthesis of true go-anywhere capability, handcrafted interior presence, and bespoke personalization. For buyers who want the social cachet and traditional capabilities of a Range Rover with the smoothness and local zero-emissions driving of an EV, this model is compelling. potential buyers should note a few pragmatic caveats. Large luxury EVs often command a premium, and early adopter ownership may involve software and calibration updates. Charging infrastructure quality varies by region, and real-world range will strongly depend on load, climate, and driving style. And while Range Rover has emphasized thermal robustness and reliability in its engineering, new high-tech systems can have localized teething issues that are typically resolved through OTA updates and dealer calibration programs. In sum, the 2025 Range Rover Electric attempts to translate everything buyers love about Range Rover into an era where electric power is expected. It preserves the brand's luxurious cabin and composure, modernizes the platform for EV-specific benefits such as a lower center of gravity and quieter operation, introduces high-voltage ready charging capability and robust thermal management, and offers extensive customization through Range Rover's long-established personal